So in this video, I'm going to make a suspension spring for a long case clock. What I've got is I got 0.07 thick spring steel, very hard. And you can see here I'm scribing the width that I want. It's going to be a 1/4 inch thick. And it's about 4 inches long. You can see that piece. And that scribe line is to get that thing squeezed in this vise at the right thickness. And you'll see why that's important. And I think you're going to find there's a much easier way, because it's hard to cut this stuff. And how do you cut it accurately? What I here is got a diamond scribe. And you'll see what I do here is just pressing hard, start scribing that. And you can see me, it's about 10 scribes per side. But you'll see me going through this. And all you're doing is trying to get that diamond on this spring steel. So once you do that and you get this thing scribed, you see that does all the work for the cutting. And what's nice is you don't have to heat it, you're not cutting it with scissors. You just take this thing now and it'll snap. It's almost like glass, scribing glass, because this thing's so hard. So in there you'll see I've got an extremely clean cut on this very hard steel. And it's very accurate, right, by holding it in that vise. Then what I do is I get some paper and you just want to round these edges a bit, because you don't want any stress in this spring, because you don't want a cycle fatigue life to be basically infinite, and any kind of stress inclusions can cause you problems. So once I do that, I've got to get the holes now for the pins, and those I want, they're 125 down from the edge, and of course centered be 125 and 1/4 inch. So scribe that thing in there. And then what I'll do is I'll use a simple punch, make sure I get this thing accurate. So you can see me here just making sure that thing's right where I want this. And I'm putting little dimples in, and you'll see why in a second. So then this Roper Whitney punch makes it easy. I mean, you could always drill this out, but what I like about the Roper Whitney is it's any die cut. It gives you a very clean, this is a 093 hole. And you can see a line up on those dimples, and it just punches this thing out, and you get a very clean hole. It's a real handy tool to have. So once you do that, you want to take away any burrs, or, you know, because that die, it cuts clean, but there's going to be a burr. So you just clean that up with paper. And now you basically got a spring, but to be careful, what I do is, then you can see here, any oven will work. It's 350 degrees for a little 3 hours or a little over. And you just bake this thing, and that's going to take out any residual stress, and it's going to give this thing all kinds of life. So we should never have to worry about it. But that's all it takes. Simple way to make a spring. Hope you like this. If you did, please subscribe, and we'll be back hopefully sooner than I was this time. Everyone take care.